It's that Super Bowl, no, she on the floor. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's that.
Right now, whatever the things we have done till now, everything was like I was explaining a things and I was sharing a things. You were just following whatever were my instructions, means which I have done already. I used to tell you to read two of those things and perform the same action again. Right, till this level it was to make you people comfortable, right? So I feel now that till a variables you are comfortable with the topics, right? Now from this particular point you have to come out of a bit of your comfort zone, and you need to start to put some efforts in a writing a program, right? Today's topic, whatever we are going to discuss, is nothing but operators. I think you already know what is an operator, and I am not going to take much time in explaining what is an operator. Okay, I'll just give you a brief description about what is a operand, what is a operator. Right, operator is the symbol, right, which will be working on operands. Okay, so what does it mean? Operator is the symbol. Operator is a symbol, right, works on operands, right? If I'm saying a plus b, right, so in this example your a and b will be called as operands, and the plus symbol is called as operator, right? So you have a classification of operators, something like unary, binary, ternary. If you remember these things, you might have a discussion with respect to C programming, but just for your reference I'm just giving you an overview, right? Unary operators means they require only one operand, right? Unary operators in the sense they require only one operand, right? In this case, whichever previous we have written a plus b, in this case, whether a plus is a unary operator, I mean to say that whether plus, if it have only one value, can it perform an operation? No, it cannot perform, because just by writing a plus, what you will get?
Nothing.
Right? It cannot perform an operation, correct? So it is not a unary operator. Then what are the examples of unary operator? You might have seen plus plus a, unary operator, right? It require only one operand. Unary operator, that means it require only one operand. Okay, you might have seen something like a plus plus, unary operator requires only one operand, right? So similarly minus minus a, some noise was there so I muted. Okay, similarly minus minus a or a minus minus, all these things are nothing but a unary operators, right? So unary operators are the operators which require only one operand for its operation to be done. Those are unary operators, right? So then what are the binary operators? Binary operators are the operators which require two operands to perform the task, right? So what are the examples of a binary operators? What are the common arithmetic operations? You have seen all those things are the examples of your binary operator where they require two different or two operands to perform a particular operation, right? Whatever the things, whatever the symbols you have seen, like a less than symbol or a greater than symbol, equal to symbol. Equal to also it requires two operands to perform a equation, right? Whether both values are equal or not, it has to check, means it should have a two values. Even equals to is also a binary operator, right? So whichever operator which requires a two operands for its action to be performed, those things are called as binary operator, right? If any operator requires three operands, then it is called as a ternary operator. Any examples of a ternary operator?
Conditional operator.
Huh?
Conditional.
Conditional operator. That's good. So how you will be writing a conditional operator? Question mark followed by colon. So this is nothing but a conditional operator, right? So we will be calling it as a ternary operator also. Correct. So these are the different categories of operators. Okay. So in today's class, we will be seeing what are the different binary operators. So means we will be categorizing based on their function, like whether they are performing arithmetic operations or bitwise operators or logical operations. What kind of operations they are going to perform. Based on that, we have a second classification of operators. Right. So this is a one of a classification. Okay. Shall we check what are the different operators that are available with respect to Java, and we will see are there any special symbols or special operators supported by Java, not with respect to other programming language. Right. So now the strength is a 78. Good. Clear. So these are the arithmetic operators which are supported by a Java. Equal to symbol, divide. So means these are the shorthand assignments. Right, you can imagine the expression for this particular part. I hope the operands of the arithmetic operators must be of a numeric type, so then only it can perform a addition or a subtraction or whatever arithmetic operations you specify. Okay, you cannot use them on a boolean types, but you can use them on char types, since the char type in a Java is essentially a subset of a int. Okay, you cannot use these particular operators on a boolean data types, because a boolean will be having just a true and a true. You cannot add a true plus true. It cannot be a two true, right? So that is not a feasible, or that is not a make any sense. So for a boolean operators, so means for a boolean values, you cannot perform arithmetic operations. But for a char, you can perform arithmetic operations. We have seen example also where we have put some value of x into some variable, then we have done a x plus plus, right? So the output it was showing a y. Correct. So those kind of increments can be done. So arithmetic operations can be, so means all the arithmetic operations can be performed on a char data type, right? So you have bitwise operators which will work. Means if you are giving some value, first it will be converted to a bits, then it will be performing action, right? So these are the different bitwise operators, right? So you might be knowing what does this symbol says. This is a negation, right? It will be performing a bitwise negation. Say for example, if you are giving an input as a 2, and if you want to perform a negation of that one, 2 will be first converted into a binary, then all the zeros will be converted to 1 and the ones will be converted to zeros. Bitwise unary not. Have you people studied these operators?
Yes.
No, right? You people know all this. And operation, you know, bitwise and.
Yes.
Bitwise or. Yes.
Yes.
Shift right, that means whatever a number of bits you will tell, those many number of bits it will shift towards right. Okay, shift left, whatever the number of bits you specify, those many number of bits it will be shifting left side, right? So other things are a shorthand equation notations, right? Shall I proceed? I have a small assignment for you. Will not take much time on this one. We'll proceed further, then we will see bitwise operators, bitwise logical operators, right? So means I have just given you a table, if even if you don't know, so this table can give you some sense, right? So this is OR operation, this is the AND operation, this is XOR operation, and this is a negation, simply negation. If A is a 0, then it will become 1. If it is a 1, 0, that particular table, right? So next you have a relational operators like equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. These are the relational operators that are supported. And the last one is a ternary operator, that is a question mark. So it will be a three-way. General expression will be something like this. First expression will be there, question mark. That means you are going to check a condition like whether this particular expression is a true or false. If this expression is true, then this particular expression will be executing. If expression 1 is false, then expression 3 will be executed. This is your ternary operator. Right. Here there is a one page from tutorialspoint.com. In this page he has explained what are the arithmetic operators, what are the relational operators, what are the bitwise logical assignment operators, miscellaneous operators, right? So the same thing whatever I have put in whatever the things I have put in a slide, maximum information is the same but in a different format. Okay, so for everything he has explained like what might be an example of this particular operator, right? So for each category, that means for arithmetic operators, he has given us some example. What example? He has taken one Java program, initialized some values, and he has showed like addition, how it will be performed, subtraction, multiplication, division, plus plus and a minus minus. Okay, so he has used a d plus plus minus plus plus d also, increment and a decrement, right? So just to show you like what is a post increment, what is a pre increment. Okay, what I mean to tell you is with respect to each category, right, using all the operators, he has given you some Java programs, right? So now totally how many categories you have? Arithmetic operator is a one category, relational second, third, fourth, fifth, 5 categories. Under a miscellaneous operator you have a ternary condition, that is a question mark followed by colon. So totally how many programs we will be having now? 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? So under a miscellaneous operators he has explained one more operator also, but don't go with that one, just concentrate till ternary operator, that is a question mark followed by colon. Okay, I am telling you with respect to each category he has given the examples. If you just click on this one, it will take you to an example. Before you go to an example, if you have any doubts with respect to any of operator, go to the operator, check the description, check the example, right? So there itself he has given like a not a true, not a true in the sense, in this case it should be showing you a output as a false, something like that, right? So with respect to each operator, taken an example, operator has been explained, description has been given. For the above values, what might be the output, that also given, right? So I'll be sharing this particular link. What you have to do is first to read the description, understand what exactly the each operator does, right? Then you go to the example program, right? So then go to the example program, just cross check the program whether you are able to understand that program or not, just cross check. If you are able to understand, you can use the same program, or you can write your own program just by using all those operators, right? What I mean to say is, say for example, if you are writing a program for arithmetic operations, I don't require every time everybody performs a 10 plus 20 only. You can take some different values, or the output you can write in a different fashion, right? He might have written the sum of a plus b is something. you might have, you can use your own idea and you can write that particular statement in a different fashion, right? So what I require is, with respect to each category, by using all operators, I require a separate program for each category. That means totally now you should have, means I'm saying that a list of some 6 programs for you now. With this particular residency of operators, just stop your reading till this particular operator. Stop your reading till this particular operator, right? So the rest of the things you don't have for your syllabus. If you want to read, you can read, but I'm not expecting a programs on those things, right? So what I am expecting is, I am expecting programs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a 6, right? So under the 6th category, I am interested only with respect to a conditional statement, that is a conditional operator. Examples have shown here, or you can write your own example and you can write the program, no problem. Some question in a chat box. Yes. Now how this particular, so means how this particular submission has to be done. Point number 1, already Google Classroom has been created, right? In this particular Google Classroom, I will be creating a one assignment saying that simple Java programs on operators. This will be assignment name. For this particular assignment, you have to submit one Word document. You have to upload one Word document, okay? And the name of that particular document, the name for that particular document should be your USN followed by your name. This is the name for that particular document which you are going to upload, okay? How this particular document need to be there? This particular document should be something like this. In a Word document, initially you have to write which program you are talking about, okay? Arithmetic operators, right? So this is the comment line, right? I'm talking about how you are going to put in a Word document. First you write a comment saying that arithmetic operator. You have to execute all those programs I'm telling you, right? After executing, you have to prepare this particular Word document. First write a heading arithmetic operators. Whatever program you have executed on arithmetic operators, you have to paste that one here. Program, right? After a program, whatever output you got, right? Whatever the output you got, you have to put snapshot of that particular output. You have to put snapshot of that particular output. This finishes one program. Next, relational operators, right? Program whichever you have executed, that program followed by snapshot of that particular program. This is the end of a second program. Similarly with respect to other operators. Am I clear with respect to what has to be put in a Word document and a name to be given for that particular Word document?
Yes, sir.
Both first statement, then the program, then followed by the snapshot of the output. Clear? Now there is an actual twist. What is that twist? The problem is, if one person executes these programs, means you can distribute to 6 programs, right? 6 programs, each person can do one program, and later you can just copy these things, and one Word document is created means everybody just rename that one with a USN and a name. You can submit. Can be done, right? I don't want that thing to happen, right? How to regulate this one? How to check that you have only executed a program and submitted things, right? For that, there are some rules for snapshot. What is that rule? Now observe carefully. That command prompt is visible. Now here, if I want to execute my programs, I'll be navigating to a desktop/Java. Correct? Now what you have to do is, you have to create a folder with your USN. I am least bothered whether you are saving that one on a desktop or some folder, wherever you want to save. But I want these particular programs in folder with your USN specified, right? So what I mean to say now is, suppose I have a folder on my desktop with some USN. I'm just creating a one folder. I'm just creating a one folder. 19 BTR CY some zeros 56 some USN. Okay. Now in my outputs, whichever I am attaching on this my document, Word document, right? Are you able to see the command prompt? Now, whatever the output I attach in my Word document, it should be having this particular path. Hope I made a sense. Right? All your programs, from here you will be typing a JavaC followed by whatever your file name, all those things, right? Right? So what I'm saying is, whatever the output you are going to attach, that should have a, so means your programs should be placed in your USN folder only. The same thing should be reflected in your snapshot also. Any questions? Was I clear with the things? If anybody is using a IDE, at least for this assignment, don't write a program in IDE, because there I cannot see whether you have typed and executed or you have just copy pasted. I cannot make sure with respect to that one. You have to just, for this particular assignment, make sure that you will be using a command prompt itself and executing a programs from a command prompt, and the same thing has been reflected in the output of your program. Sir, I haven't have a laptop. I will do in a mobile with a Java and IDE. See, my intention is only one thing. I just wanted to know that you have a genuinely understood the program, executed, and then you are uploading that particular assignment. Aman Kumar or anybody whoever is executing in a mobile, you just make me, means you use something that makes me assured that you have executed by your own without copying anything. If you are using in a mobile, then Okay, so you just share the output. I'll just cross check how that particular output is different with respect to mobile part. No problem. If you are using a mobile, also no problem. Just share me the output. S- I just wanted to have that particular USN part to just to identify that you have done the things. Hope things are clear. Sir, can you show the way to do in a Word document attaching one snapshot? Right. I will do no problems with respect to that. For a time being, what I will do is I will delete this particular, just a reference. Yes, I can understand. For this particular Java folder which is already existing, right? So whichever Java folder which is already existing, I'll just rename it as USN, right? So this says that you have to prepare a folder with your USN, correct? Now, in this particular folder, I have a one file called add demo.java. This I have executed, right? So what I'm telling is, in a similar fashion, you create a one folder. There you prepare a one file for arithmetic operations, right? So write a code for that, execute that particular part. Okay. So when you execute, you will get the output. You know how to take a snapshot of that particular output. Keep those snapshots here only, right? So let me show you. This is a add demo.java file. cmd cd desktop slash folder name is usn, right? Java C, what was the file name? Add demo.java. Compiled, compiled, right? Compiled well. Now, done. Now I have to take a snapshot of this particular one. Snipper tool I am using. Just I am just I need to take a snapshot of this one. Snipper tool I am using. New. Saved this one on a desktop. You might have seen, you cannot see some of our steps which I am doing, but just have a idea. Java dev. Okay. Now, right. Right. So now on my folder, I have a Java file. I have a output also. This is the output for that particular program. Okay. So this is the output of that particular program. Right. So now what I'm telling is you have to create a one Word document. In this Word document, first write a comment. Right. So what was my program? My program was with respect to add demo. So I'll be writing Java program on addition of two numbers. This is my program statement, right? So where is the program? Program is here available. Copy that one and paste here, right? I got a what is the program statement and I got a what is that particular program is. Now here I have to put the output of that particular program. Output of that particular program is here. Copy that particular part can see the things, right? Copy that particular part, paste it here. This finishes one program. Then write another command, whatever is the statement of that particular program, followed by the program, followed by the output. Right? So why am I telling you to do like this itself? See, once I put output, so in the output I can differentiate that this program you have only executed. Okay, if you have a die-hard friends who can create a folder with respect to your USN, take a snap, run the program, take output, prepare a snapshots, means you are lucky to enough to have that particular good friends. But this one is not to torture you, this one is to make you to be comfortable with this particular Java program, right? So the problem is whenever we give some work, you will, so means that is a usual mentality of a student. They will be finding a different ways to escape from that particular work and do that one in a smart way. And they feel like they efficiently succeeded in cheating a faculty. Intention of a mine was not to torture you. Intention was to make you work on this particular part, right? So for this particular document to be uploaded, right? For each category you take 1 day. For arithmetic operator 1 day, relational operator 1 day, whatever the how many, so means what I'm telling is for each category you take 1 day. 1 day you work on only one program on operators, right? So today it's a 8th, right? So we will, for each category 1 day means you have a 6 programs need to be done, need to be finished like this. So for a 6 programs, 6 days I will give, right? Excluding today, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So 14th will be a last date for submitting this particular assignment. Is this clear? 14th is the last date to submit this particular assignment. Sir, I tried a CMD, but there was an error. So what to do next? If anybody is having any issues with respect to working with a basic Java program, or a JDK is not installed properly, or all those issues, you can message me. You can install a TeamViewer. Then I can take your laptop as a remote. Then we can solve the things. We should submit in a Google Classroom. Yes, I will be creating an assignment today. So you will be getting a notification for that particular assignment. Then we can do that. Hope I made things clear. Sir, arithmetic operators consist of 12 types. We should perform all types. Yes. I'll share a link of that particular web page. You go through the examples, right? For each category, example has been shown. Once you see that particular example, you will understand like what kind of a program I am expecting, right? I'm expecting a similar program which is there with respect to that particular website, right? So till now we have not seen any object concept. We have not seen any object oriented concepts like inheritance, polymorphism, all those stuff. Once those things start, then it will be a very, so means you require a more analytical power with respect to those concepts, right? If you are comfortable with the normal programming, then you can put some analysis on that. Then you can do something different. So means you can learn the things better. So that's it from my side. I hope the things are clear with respect to submitting assignment. I don't want to bother you much. Have a nice day. Take some time, install the things, work on those things. Any questions, post me.